Hi, so my name is Shayla Lucas. In this project, we are making a homemade lava lamp. We are using a glass container with water, vegetable oil, Alka-Seltzer tablets. I got the generic brand, they work just as good. And we are using food dye, or yeah. So in this project, we are going to first put a little bit of water. I already made one. This is my first one that I made. It's already done its reaction. It's just sitting there at the bottom now. So I'm going to make another one to explain what's happening. So we take a little container, put a quarter, just a little bit of water, and then I'll fill it to about here with vegetable oil. So you can see the oil sitting on top of the water. This water is more dense than oil. And then I'm going to take a dye. I'm going to do pink for this one. I'm going to put about 8 drops. Then I'm going to take an Alka-Seltzer tablet and break it up and put it in there. It starts to react. I didn't let the food coloring get down there enough, so we'll wait to use this other half until it dissolves. Go ahead and put some more in there. Okay, so we can see the coloring going down. Once it's gone all the way down, I'll put the other half of the tablet in there. So you see colors start coming through it like a lava lamp. Starts bringing up that color, going through it. And that's our reaction that we are making. That's still going pretty good. Moving pretty good. You can see it moving around. So, what's going on is that our lava lamp, it works with two different principles. It's density and polarity. So density is the measurement of how compact a substance is, which is like how much of it fits in a certain amount of space. So if the reason this is important is because if we would have put like equal parts water to oil, the oil would have sunk under the water because water is overall heavier than the same if we did the same amount of oil. So, and that's because the water molecules are packed more tightly together in a cup of water. So then that way it actually has more mass than a cup of oil. So since water is more dense, then we would do just about a quarter parts water and then 3/4 part oil. And density is also affected by temperature. The hotter a liquid is, the less dense it will be. So even though they have two different densities, oil and water it'll eventually mix together if it weren't for polarity. Water molecules are polar because they have a lopsided electrical charge that attracts other atoms. So the end of the molecule with the 2 hydrogen atoms is positively charged. The other end with the oxygen is negatively charged, just like in a magnet, where north poles are attracted to south poles and opposites and stuff. So the positive end of the water molecules will connect with the negative end of the other molecules. So oil molecules have no are nonpolar, so they don't have a positive or a negative. So they are not attracted to the water molecules at all. This is why oil and water don't mix. So in real lava lamps, they use a polar and nonpolar liquid, just like what I just did here. In the real one, the density of the liquids are much closer together than vegetable oil and water. The denser liquid sinks to the bottom, but the lava lamp light that it has in the lamp, it heats it up until it expands and becomes less dense, and that's how we see the movements. The same thing, the rise. As it gets further from the light, it cools down, and that's why it sinks back down. So it just keeps going back and forth, making that cycle. So instead of using a light, and the one we just did, we used the Alka-Seltzer tablets to power the little movement. So what's happening is the Alka-Seltzer reacts with the water to produce carbon dioxide gas bubbles, and these stick to the water droplets, and the water to gas combo is less dense than the oil, so they rise to the top of the flask or bottle in my case. And the gas bubbles pop and escape into the air, allowing the dense water to sink back to the bottom again. So that's why it's going up and down, just because when they get to the top, they pop. So that's what happened in this. This is a lot more safe of a lava lamp. Lava lamps can be pretty hazardous. So thank you.